late July and the sky was melting gold. Your hoodie sleeves rolled up, your secrets still untold. We were sitting on the curb with cherry ice on our lips, laughing at nothing, hearts doing flips. You spoke about nothing like it mattered the most. Chased sunbeams on sidewalks like they were ghosts. And in a single second when you looked my way, the world stopped spinning just to let me stay. When you smiled, I saw tomorrow, like the world had weight, but none I had to borrow. Your eyes held answers I didn't know how I saw it, and your laugh was the peace that time forgot. I didn't say a word, didn't have to show, 'cause when you smiled, I saw tomorrow. You hated the beach, but still came for the view. Said salt in your hair felt like something brand new. We talked about futures like we'd be just fine, tracing our dreams in the sand like a sign. The fireworks burst, but I only saw you glowing in red, white, and every shade of blue. You whispered, let's not ruin what we are, but something in your voice already felt far. When you smile, when you smiled, I saw tomorrow, but now I see it fading in the rear view of sorrow. The light in your face, it still flickers at night, but I'm chasing a shadow that won't hold tight. You gave me a glimpse, then let it go. Still, when you smiled, I saw tomorrow. You didn't promise anything, I know, but your silence felt like something close to a vow you never meant to make, to a truth we both tried not to break. And maybe you were just the spark that lit my way through all the dark, but I mistook a sunrise for forever and forgot that summer ends. However, when you smiled, I saw tomorrow. Even though today came with a colder shadow, I'd trade 1,000 midnights for that gaze where nothing made sense, but I stayed amazed. You didn't try, but you still made me glow. Yeah. When you smiled, I saw tomorrow. Now the days are dimmer, the nights stretch long, but I still hum your laughing And though you're gone, I still hold that glow the way when you smiled. I saw tomorrow. Let me believe in something I didn't know. The windows down, the radio low, your hand on the wheel, going nowhere slow. We chased the stars through empty streets, like silence had a rhythm we both could keep. You talked about a future with no clear design, while I traced your words like tangled lines. The glow from traffic lights caught in your eyes, and I wanted to freeze us in that lullaby. We passed the places we used to know, but no one says it when they're letting go. You were my late night drive, all headlights and heartbreak, just trying to feel alive. We didn't say much, but that silence spoke of all the things we'd break before we broke. You were the calm before goodbye. You were my late night drive. You laughed at songs I didn't get, but I memorized the lyrics like I'd forget each chorus, wrapped in your cigarette smoke, a love half written in the lines you never spoke. Your hoodie sleeves pulled over your hands like you were hiding things I never understand. We turned the corner and you didn't blink, like you already knew we were on the brink. I wanted to ask if you'd feel the same when the streets no longer called our names. You were my late night drive, like thunder just waiting for the rain to arrive. We rode through neon dreams and dead-end signs, pretending not to notice the fading lines. I watched the version of us start to slide, 'cause you were my late night drive. I still replay the hum of wheels on top, your voice blending into who we were, not who we are. Every turn we took felt like a choice, and every unspoken word became your voice. You never said goodbye, not really. You just turned down the volume slowly, and I sat in your passenger seat, feeling the ending underneath my feet. You were my late night drive, burning fast in a dream that wouldn't survive. I saw your face lit up by passing light, too close to stay, too far to fight. We didn't crash, we just didn't arrive. And you were my late night drive. Now I drive alone past places we named, the sky unchanged, but it doesn't feel the same. If love was a road, then we were the curve, too sharp, too sudden, more than we deserved. And maybe someday take the long way too far, too deep, just to remember how it felt to be alive when you were my late night drive. You met me where the river bends with tangled hair and stories you'd pretend. We made castles out of borrowed time, tracing futures we'd never find. The sun hung low like it knew the end was coming fast around the bend. We talked like we could outrun fate, but hearts like ours always hesitate. Dreams faded in the dust like secrets you could almost trust. We held the night like it wouldn't break, but the sky had promises to take. You smiled like you knew it too. Some things aren't made to follow through. Yeah, dreams faded in the dusk and left nothing but the ache of us. We chased the fireflies like it meant something, swore forever without promising. I could see the truth behind your eyes, a storm you didn't even try to disguise. I left my jacket in your car. You left a song in my head and a scar. And in that violet hour we knew we'd burn too bright to follow through. Dreams faded in the dust like secrets you could almost trust. We held the night like it wouldn't break, but the sky had promises to take. You smiled like you knew it too. Some things aren't made to follow through. Yeah, dreams faded in the dust and left nothing but the ache of us. Maybe it's better we don't go back. Some memories crack if you trace the track, but part of me still stays there in the half light, in the heavy air. And every summer evening's hue turns a little too much like you. Dreams faded in the dust like secrets you could almost trust. We held the night like it wouldn't break, but the sky had promises to take. You smiled like you knew it too. Some things aren't made to follow through. Yeah, dreams faded in the dust and left nothing but the ache of us. Now every dusk reminds me still of wishes we left on that hill, and how the night took what we made left only shadows where we stayed. Yeah, dreams faded in the dusk, and I wonder if you feel it just as much. It started with a sky too heavy to hold. The clouds rolled in, painting gray and gold. We didn't run, didn't seek the light, just stood there soaked in a bar all night. Your hair clung to your cheek like a line in a book. I was caught in a stare I never once shook. You whispered, it's just water, let it fall. But it felt like something bigger than a soul. Between raindrops, and neither of us cared if it stopped. Your laugh cracked open the storm-lit air, like a dare, like you didn't care. I told you a truth I swore I'd keep, about the nights I forgot how to sleep. You caught my hand like it was nothing new, like your pulse had already known mine too. And though the world was spinning fast, right there we made a moment built to last. Our hearts met between raindrops. In a moment the world forgot, words we didn't say got drowned, but somehow the silence was loud. Every drop stitched us in a place, in that fleeting, fearless space. Yeah, our hearts met between raindrops, and neither of us cared if it stopped. Maybe it was just a summer storm, but you felt like home, not the norm. And now, every time the rain rolls in, I swear I hear you in the wind. A flash of you in every gray, like that night we let it all slip away. Our hearts met between raindrops. In a moment the world forgot, words we didn't say got drowned, but somehow the silence was loud. Every drop stitched us in a place, in that fleeting, fearless space. Yeah, our hearts met between raindrops, and neither of us cared if it stopped. So if you find yourself in the rain, wondering if it still feels the same, know there's a piece of me you've got from the night our hearts met between raindrops. You showed up with sand still in your hair, sunburnt cheeks like you didn't care. We made a habit of chasing dark, finding places without a mark. Fireflies tracing lazy lines, your fingers barely brush in mine. I swear the world felt endless then, but always knew how those nights would end. That summer wasn't ours to keep, like secrets the ocean swore to sweep. We borrowed moments, we stole the heat, danced in silence, skipped heartbeats. We laughed too loud, stayed too late, wrote our names against the fleeting fate. Yeah, that summer wasn't ours to keep, but God, it cut me deep. We counted constellations on your porch roof, making up stories, bending the truth. You told me about a boy you left behind, and how you swore you'd never rewind. I kept my fears in a bottle tight, but they spilled out sometime past midnight. In the hum of crickets in the restless air, I told you more than I meant to share. That summer wasn't ours to keep, like secrets the ocean swore to sweep. We borrowed moments, we stole the heat, danced in silence, skipped heartbeats. We laughed too loud, stayed too late, wrote our names against a fleeting fate. Yeah, that summer wasn't ours to keep, but God, it cut me deep. Maybe it was never meant to last, a wildfire that burned too fast. But every August smells like you, and every sunset feels too blue. I chase those nights in every song, a ghost I'll miss my whole life long. The summer wasn't ours to keep, like secrets the ocean swore to sweep. We borrowed moments, we stole the heat, danced in silence, skipped heartbeats. We laughed too loud, stayed too late, wrote our names against a fleeting fate. Yeah, that summer wasn't ours to keep, but God, it cut me deep. And though the season's gone, you see, it still comes back to bury me. 'Cause that summer wasn't ours to keep, but part of me stayed underneath. You met me where the boardwalk ends, beneath the rusted signs. We shared a half-melted soda and unspoken crooked lines. You said you didn't believe in fate, just timing and mistakes. And I nodded like I understood, though I knew how much was fake. Our shadows walked ahead of us, long and undefined. We laughed about forever, like it wasn't on our minds. The ocean pulled us closer, like it knew we wouldn't last. But we kept chasing moments, too afraid to hold them fast. We wandered like lost stars, drifting through a sky that never showed us who we are. You held my hand like maybe we could float instead of fall. But constellations flicker out when no one draws them all. We burned a little brighter in the spaces in between, but disappeared before the dawn could see. hummed a song I didn't know, soft under your breath, and I memorized the melody like it might outlast regret. We never really kissed like lovers, more like passengers on pause, afraid that if we named it, it would all collapse. Because you said you hated labels, you said the night was free, so we carved our names in silence instead of on a tree. You smiled like you were somewhere else, a place I couldn't reach, and I kept searching for a meaning in the words you didn't preach. We wandered like lost stars, lighting up the sky just once before it falls apart. You traced the air like maybe it could draw a better fate, but I was always one step late, and you were never one to wait. We danced inside a moment we both knew was never ours, but still we wandered like lost stars. Now I walk the summer nights alone, with headphones in my ears, playing songs that sound like you through static through the years. And I wonder if you ever miss that version of the sky, the one where we pretended we were more than just goodbye. Maybe we were meteors, not meant to settle down, just beautiful in falling, not in landing on the ground. You were gone before I even knew which way the stars had spun, but I still wish you'd look back just once before you run. We wandered like lost stars, two names the universe forgot to write in charts. We never found a place, but still we shine for just one night. And even if we vanished, I still hold that fading light. The summer couldn't hold us, but I still count every scar from the night. We wandered like lost stars. Maybe you're in some new sky now, with someone just as lost. Maybe you've stopped wandering, no longer counting cost. But I'm still walking seaside roads where our echoes used to be, looking up and wondering if you still remember me. And somewhere in the silence, when the world forgets to move, I close my eyes and find the proof that for a little while we were art. We wandered like lost stars. You stood by the fence, in your oversized shirt, fingers tracing names we carved in quiet hurt. The cicadas hummed like secrets in the air, and you looked at me like you were halfway there. We spoke in half sentences, afraid to go too deep. You laughed, but your eyes were learning how to leave. I reached for something steady, but found nothing in your grip. Just the end of a summer we let quietly slip. Whispers lost in the breeze, words we didn't say, carried off by trembling leaves. You turned your face to sky, and I memorized the line of your shadow in the dust before it crossed from mine. We were louder in silence than we ever were in speech, like whispers lost in the breeze. I still hear your sandals tapping down the hill, like a metronome of moments I can't seem to kill. You said let's not make it messy, so I smiled and said okay. But I felt the sentence bleeding long after you walked away. I waited at the vending lights for something to rewind, but everything just shimmered like you'd left it by design. The sky was dressed in orange, the air smelled like goodbye, and every word I swallowed still echoes when I cry. Whispers lost in the breeze. We stood on the edge of something we couldn't freeze. Your voice was soft thunder, fading with the dusk, while I held on to moments already turned to dust. Love didn't end, just faded beyond our reach, like whispers lost in the breeze. You never slammed the door, you never raised your voice, but the quiet felt heavier than any louder choice. I still wear that summer like a song I can't forget. It plays in empty corners filled with quiet regret. Now every breeze feels scripted, like it's reading from your lips, and I relive the scene in slow motion clips. Maybe love's not fireworks, but a wind we fail to hold, and maybe it was real, just not built to grow old. Whispers lost in the breeze, your name in the wind, like a ghost in the trees. We danced around the truth like it might go away, but truth just waits in silence for the brave to stay. And I still hear you clearly in the air between the leaves, your whispers lost in the breeze. stars feel further now, the sky a little weak. And though I know you're gone with the fading summer heat, sometimes when it's quiet I hear your heartbeat. Not in words, not in sound, not in anything concrete, just whispers lost in the breeze. You showed up in worn-out jeans, that kind of careless cool I'd only seen in old love songs and borrowed lines. But you made them yours, made them mine. We skipped the crowds, chased the heat, stole every hour from those empty streets. Shared stories we half believed, built a world too small to grieve. You melted my summer like ice cream down my wrist, like sunsets I'll forever miss. You were heat in a reckless wave, a memory I'll never save. Not on paper, not in rhyme, but I swear you burned that time. Yeah, you melted my summer, and I didn't even mind. We carved our names into the dusk on the back of a sign no one would trust. You laughed at things I never told. I learned how to fall without being bold. Every glance was something more, like a silent promise we both ignored. And though the nights got heavy thick, we let the heat make us reckless quick. You melted my summer like ice cream down my wrist, like sunsets I'll forever miss. You were heat in a reckless wave, a memory I'll never save. Not on paper, not in rhyme, but I swear you burned that time. Yeah, you melted my summer, and I didn't even mind. Maybe some seasons don't survive, some loves aren't built to stay alive, but I trade 1,000 safer days for one more stolen reckless haze. And every time the nights turn warm, I feel that spark, that perfect storm. You melted my summer like ice cream down my wrist, like sunsets I'll forever miss. You were heat in a reckless wave, a memory I'll never save. Not on paper, not in rhyme, but I swear you burned that time. Yeah, you melted my summer, and I didn't even mind. So here's to what the heat erased, to every fleeting perfect taste. You melted my summer, drove out past the edge of town, where the lights gave up and the night came down. The radio played our favorite line, something about forever one last time. You tossed a blanket on the hood of your car, said I wanna feel how small we are. I lay there tracing skies with you, filling up the quiet like we always do. And we shared a kiss between the stars, no promises, no borrowed hearts, just you and me, the midnight air, and a sky too wide to ever care. For a moment time forgot our names, and nothing hurt and nothing changed. Yeah, a kiss between the stars, and the night belonged to us. You talked about the things you lost, the price you paid, the hearts it cost. I told you lies I almost meant, just to keep from breaking in that moment. We laughed and nothing spoke in sighs. You wiped a tear I didn't realize, and I swear the constellations turned when you whispered words that almost burned. And we shared a kiss between the stars, no promises, no borrowed hearts, just you and me, the midnight air, and a sky too wide to ever care. For a moment time forgot our names, and nothing hurt and nothing changed. Yeah, a kiss between the stars, and the night belonged to us. Maybe it was just the summer heat, or two hearts scared to admit defeat. But I'd trade 1,000 days for one more midnight before the dawn. 'Cause some nights aren't meant to last, they slip away but they never pass. And every dusk feels incomplete without the ghost of you and me. We shared a kiss between the stars, no promises, no borrowed hearts, just you and me, the midnight air, and a sky too wide to ever care. For a moment time forgot our names, and nothing hurt and nothing changed. Yeah, a kiss between the stars, and the night belonged to us. So if you find a sky that wide, some night when you can't hide, think of me in that old parked car, and a kiss we left between the stars. We both knew it long before the words hung between us, sharp and blurred. The heat was thick, the night stood still, like even time forgot to feel. You traced your name in the fogged up glass. I held my breath, knew this couldn't last. And then the clouds broke like a warning sign, a storm in the middle of a July night. The sky cried first before either of us could speak the hurt. Raindrops falling like a silent plea, telling us what we wouldn't be. Lightning split what we couldn't name, and the water washed away the blame. Yeah, the sky cried first, and I knew then it would sat in the car and nowhere to go. Old love songs on a radio glow. You look like someone I used to know, and I hated how easy it was to let you go. We never fought for what we had, just let it fade. Too quiet, too sad. The rain hit harder than your goodbye, and I swear even the clouds knew why. The sky cried first before either of us could speak the hurt. Raindrops falling like a silent plea, telling us what we wouldn't be. Lightning split what we couldn't name, and the water washed away the blame. Yeah, the sky cried first, and I knew then it would only get worse. And maybe some endings don't need a sound, maybe some loves aren't meant to be found, but every storm since that night reminds me of the way you left without a sign, and how the sky took mercy first, spilled every tear before it could hurt. The sky cried first before either of us could speak the hurt. Raindrops falling like a silent plea, telling us what we wouldn't be. Lightning split what we couldn't name, and the water washed away the blame. Yeah, the sky cried first, and I knew then it would only get worse. Now every time the clouds roll in, I feel that night beneath my skin, and somewhere between the storm and me, you're still that ghost I let go free. Yeah, the sky cried first, but I was always next. We never shouted, never claimed the night, just slipped between the cracks of fading light. Two silhouettes against the restless sky, holding on too soft to justify. Your laugh was quiet, your touch unsure. I think we both knew we weren't pure, but hearts like ours don't crash, they fade in the space where unspoken things are made. Our time was a whisper, a hush between the waves, a glance in a crowded room, a secret we never saved. It wasn't fireworks or breaking glass, but a ghost I knew would never last. Yeah, our time was a whisper, and somehow that hurt words. Called it nothing, I let you lie, because even nothing leaves a stain behind. We told ourselves we never fall, but gravity has plans for us all. Every night that summer air felt heavier when you weren't there. carried words I'd never speak, 'cause some confessions make you weak. Our time was a whisper, a hush between the waves, a glance in a crowded room, a secret we never saved. It wasn't fireworks or breaking glass, but a ghost I knew would never last. Yeah, our time was a whisper, and somehow that hurt worse. Maybe we were meant to break before the world could make a stake, and what was barely even ours, a fragile thing beneath the stars. And though no one heard it end, I still feel you in the wind. Our time was a whisper, a hush between the waves, a glance in a crowded room, a secret we never saved. It wasn't fireworks or breaking glass, but a ghost I knew would never last. Yeah, our time was a whisper, and somehow that hurt worse. So here's to nights that leave no trace, to memories we'll never face. I'll carry you like quiet air everywhere. You're never there. Our time was a whisper, but it's louder than it should be. We slipped away from the crowded room, barefoot on concrete, chasing the moon. You laughed like you had no weight to bear, and the summer hung thick in the midnight air. The water shimmered like a broken glass. I knew the moment would never last, but you leaned in like it already knew that the pool lights reflected you. The pool lights reflected you in shades of blue and silver too. Your eyes told stories you didn't say, about hearts you loved and pushed away. We didn't need a single word, the quiet hum of the night was heard. Yeah, the pool lights reflected you, and I fell without a clue. I told a lie about not falling fast. You smiled like you'd seen it in me in the past. We counted stars and left them unnamed, played a game where no one won, no one blamed. You touched the surface, ripples spread, and I felt things I thought were dead. Some nights aren't built to last, it's true, but the pool lights still reflected you. The pool lights reflected you in shades of blue and silver too. Your eyes told stories The pool lights reflected you in shades of blue and silver too. Your eyes told stories you didn't say about hearts you loved and pushed away. We didn't need a single word. The quiet hum of the night was heard. Yeah, the pool lights reflected you, and I fell without a clue. So here's to the nights that slip like sand, to the touch of a reckless hand.